First at 10, Northeast Texas hit. New video tonight showing a tornado ripping through Canton, Texas, leaving behind a trail of damage, killing at least one and injuring at least another 50 people, plus the gift of a heart.
I didn't make that decision. Amanda made that decision while she was alive on Earth.
A grieving mother's decision saves the life of another. KVUE News Night Beat starts right now.
This is KVUE News Night Beat.
Well, what a span of a couple of hours we've had here across central Texas. Here's some time-lapse video showing those storms rolling through. This one is in the hill country. And how did it look here in Austin? Well, these dark clouds shadowing down the state capitol. You can see the pockets of rain hitting the area. We sent out our storm chaser earlier today as well and caught some of the hail that fell. Take a listen. That hail came down for about 30 seconds and then it stopped. Thankfully, you can see some cars did pull over under the overpass so that their windshields wouldn't get cracked. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Chris Betts. The big news, though, weather-wise tonight is coming out of Canton, Texas, just east of Dallas. A tornado touched down, leaving a trail of damage and killing at least one person. East Texas Medical Center telling us it is treating at least 49 people right now, and that number is expected to go up. So let's show you exactly where this is. The two hardest hit areas, Canton and Fruitvale, both are northeast of Dallas, about 20 miles outside of the city. And we have some video of the damage that happened there. This is at a car dealership in Canton. Cars have been tossed around and flattened. You can see those strikes of lightning continue tonight, even after the tornado moved through. That tornado's path at least a half a mile wide, and they're estimating that at least 3 tornadoes have hit down in the Van Zandt County area. We have a reporter on scene right now. He is headed towards Canton. We've also been told that Fruitvale ISD was having their prom tonight, but we don't know of any damage to that school. In fact, both Canton High School and Fruitvale High Schools are being used as triage centers as those victims continue to come in to get treated. Now, here's what we also know. This is First Monday Trade Days in Canton. That brings thousands of people to the city that normally wouldn't be there. So there are a lot of people in this area tonight when that tornado moved through. So we'll get to our KVUE's Jason Puckett, who is headed to Canton. But first, we want to bring in Albert Ramon. Albert, we had been tracking the storms in the central Texas area, but we knew that they would probably be worse in northeast Texas.
That's where that enhanced risk of severe weather. Van Zandt County, that's where Canton is located, about 55 miles to the east-southeast of Dallas. And the good news is at least the worst of those thunderstorms beginning to move out of that area. Same here at home, no active watches. The rain is just continuing down in extreme southern Fayette County around Schulenburg. We had a couple of reports of hail below severe weather limits, mainly in Williamson County. Now, behind the front, a much cooler and windier air mass. Temperatures anywhere from mid to even upper 60s, falling into the low 60s out in the hill country, and a lot of wind behind this front. Wind gust at times 40 miles per hour. Right now we're looking at wind gusts around 25 miles per hour. So we are done with the severe weather threat. Couple of showers passing through the area overnight. Windy and cooler tonight, and tomorrow we're going to be in the 70s, back in the 80s by Monday. Full forecast we'll talk about next week coming up.
All right, thank you, Albert. And the search for a missing Austin police officer is entering day 4 after officers say he tried to fake his own death. Coleman Martin is now facing a Class A misdemeanor charge of making a false report. The 29-year-old was reported missing and suicidal by his wife. She said he had been depressed over family issues. He later texted a picture of a suicide note to her. Authorities then issued a statewide search and found Martin's car near Del Rio. This is on the Texas-Mexico border. Police say Martin then tried to fake his own death and flee to Mexico. Early this morning, we did receive an email from Martin's wife. She said, quote, Cole recently received a new prescription medication and the side effects were causing him to be depressed and think irrationally. We want him to know that his family loves him unconditionally and wants him home safe. If you have any information about his whereabouts, you're asked to please call that number on your screen. A man is under arrest tonight after Austin police say he robbed the A-Plus Federal Credit Union in northeast Austin. All of this unfolded around 12:30 this afternoon near I-35 and Wells Branch Parkway. A man in his 30s walked through the credit union and demanded money from a clerk and then ran off with an undisclosed amount of money. He was later found. Right now, robbery detectives are investigating, and they say so far no charges have been filed. One man in his 20s is dead tonight after a rollover crash in southeast Austin. This happened just before 4 this afternoon on East William Cannon near South I-35 and Rock Ridge Drive. 3 other passengers were in that car but refused medical help. Traffic was redirected for a few hours to a neighborhood since both lanes in both directions were closed, but now those lanes have reopened. Well, this is Donald Trump's 100th day as President of the United States.
So I promised you in my inaugural address 100 days ago that now arrives the hour of action. And we've, believe me, started from day one. And that is what we've delivered, 100 days of action.
The president appeared at this rally in Pennsylvania today and spoke about renegotiating NAFTA with Canada and Mexico and his relationship with the media. Meanwhile, a march on the White House today demanding the Trump administration pay more attention to climate change. During Trump's first 100 days in office, there have been multiple rollbacks of environmental protections and Obama climate policies. There were hundreds of similar marches happening in cities all across the country, including here in Austin.